Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a brand new video. I filmed a tutorial using a bunch of different products that are new to me. Some of them are new to the market and I wanted to go ahead and share them with you. I'm using products from Collab Beauty, products from Too Faced, products from the Wet n Wild Pump collection, some products from ColourPop and their collection with Kathleen Lights, and just a bunch of different products that are pretty much new to me. I only used a couple of things that I typically use on a day-to-day basis, but for the most part, everything else is pretty brand new to me, and I'm super excited to show you how I created this look. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Alright, so to start things off, I am using a primer from Collab Beauty. This is one of their new primers, and it is the Collab Chill Pill Primer and Skin Booster, and it's for soothing and balancing, and it has a really nice kind of like lavender vanilla scent. I really like how it makes my face feel. On top of that, I'm going in with my concealer. I'm using a Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer, and I'm using Light or Ultra Fair for my ultra light skin tone. This is a really thick concealer. A little goes a long way, so you do not need to use a lot of it. And I'm just kind of dotting it in and kind of smoothing it around with my fingers. The warmth of your fingers really helps to make the concealer a little bit more pliable, easier to work with. And then I'm using my L'Oreal Beauty Sponge just to go and kind of smooth everything out after that. On top of the concealer, I'm going to be going in with my foundation, and for the foundation for this video, I am using from Maybelline. It's the Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation. One of my favorites. I'm almost out. You can see it's having a hard time coming out of the bottle. But I am in 102 Fair Porcelain, which I believe is like the lightest shade that they offer. It's one of my favorite foundations. It's very matte, and so for this technique, what I'm doing is I'm just dotting it on my face and then smoothing it out with my hands again, because the warmth is going to make it easier to work with. And then I will go in with the beauty sponge afterwards and just kind of smooth everything out and make sure it looks nice. But again, this is the Matte and Poreless. They do have the dewy version as well. It's not my favorite. If I do use that one, I definitely mix it in with a matte foundation because I prefer the matte look over the dewy look. So you can see I'm just kind of buffing everything in with the beauty sponge from L'Oreal and just making sure it looks nice and flawless. Once I have the foundation how I want it, or I'm happy with it, then I will be going in with a powder, and I'm using my favorite Stay Matte powder from Rimmel London in Transparent 001. I use this every single day, and I just use a little sponge with it. It came in an NYC, if you guys remember that brand, an NYC transparent face powder that they used to offer, which was my favorite prior to this one, and I just kept the sponge and I just cleanse it. So I'm just applying it with that, and then of course I'm going to buff it in again with the L'Oreal Beauty Sponge. I prefer the L'Oreal Beauty Sponge over the Beauty Blender. I think that it works just a little bit better. It doesn't soak up as much product. It's still very easy to work with. It's not super dense, like I know some sponges can be, but it's very easy to work with, and it's much more affordable than the Beauty Blender is, of course, because you can get this one at the drugstore. So I'm just buffing everything in, pushing that powder into my face, locking everything into place. And now I'm going to go in with some bronzer. This is from Pop Beauty, and it is a dual-sided or double-sided bronzer, and it's the Double Duty Bronzer in Bronzed Honeybeam. It has two different shades in it, a more warm terracotta shade and then a slightly cooler, a little bit more brown tone shade. And I'm just putting this on with the Luxie 504 large angled brush. I'm brushing it into the hollows of my cheeks as well as my temples and around my forehead and chin area, just to kind of bronze up my face and add some color and life back into it because I am so pale. So that is what I'm using for that. And then I am just going to buff out the edges and make sure that everything is nice and clean. And I will be doing that using the fluffy powder brush. I don't really know what the actual name for this brush is,
but it's from BH Cosmetics and I've had it since the very beginning. It's just a large fluffy powder brush and it's from their Eco collection. Next up I'm going to be going in with an ink blot palette, and I'm using a really nice cool tone brown shade to kind of do the contour effect on my face. I'm using a small brush from SL Miss Glam that I received in an Ipsy bag. It's the SG62, and I'm just, like I said, using that brush to apply that eyeshadow shade as contour. Next up I'm going in with a Fiona Styles blush. This is in Maiden Lane. It's a soft cheek veil blush, and I am applying it with the Lexi 522 tapered highlighter brush. Mine is really fluffy, so I don't know, I use it for blush, not highlighter. And then I'm going in with highlighter. I'm using from Urban Decay. It's the Disco Queen holographic highlight powder, and for this I'm using another Lexi 522 tapered highlighter brush. This is from the Dreamcatcher collection. That's why the handle or the barrel of the brush is purple. As you can see, I'm not super impressed with this highlighter. It's very chunky and glittery, so I'm going to go in with Too Faced, their I don't know, their diamond highlighters. This is in Fancy Pink Diamond, and it's just giving me a much better highlight, the kind of highlight that I'm looking for versus just chunky glitter. So much happier with the Too Faced highlight. Next up I'm going to go ahead and start my brows, and I am starting by brushing them by using the Brow Gal brush. It is double-sided. One side is a spoolie and the other is an angled brush. I don't use the angle, I just use the spoolie. And you can see me laughing because I do the edges of my brows using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio brow tint pen. It's one of my favorites. I use 365 Deep Brown, and then once I finish that I use a small angled brush and I go into Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and I use the shade Chocolate to carve out the bottom and the top of my brows, just to kind of create a map, brow mapping basically. And with that, sometimes I will fill it in with the Dip Brow Pomade, but today I'm going to do something a little bit different. So once I have my brows mapped out, I'm going in with Benefit's Brow Contour Pro. I do have a review on this. I will leave it linked down below. And I am using the Brown Black Light pen, and I'm using the lighter shade in the pen. It has 4 different shades: a highlighter, definer, a lighter shade, and a deeper shade. And I'm using that to fill in my brows. I really like this pen. I've been using it a lot lately. And then I am going to go back in with my little angled brush and clean up the edges in just a few minutes. But now I'm using the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus, and I'm using shade 4, which is a nice warm tone brown. So now you can see me going back in with the small angled brush. I wish I could tell you what brush this is. I've had it forever and I don't even know where it came from. I'm going in with a eye pencil right now. This is from the Wet n Wild Pump collection. And honestly, this thing was a disaster to work with. You can see it on my facial expressions every once in a while that I'm just not impressed with it. It dries down like immediately. There was no time to be able to blend it out because it just dried down so fast. So not a fan of that. I don't know if all the shades are like this, but that was definitely something I was not a fan of. And I know I've seen videos with other influencers and they said the same thing, it just dried down. So I'm going into my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, and I'm gonna fix this using the Low Bow shade and the Sauced shade on the outer V, just to kind of fix that weird smudgy brown from that pencil from the Wet n Wild collection. So I am using the Farrah 35E brush to go ahead and just kind of blend this out so it's nice and fixed and even. Once I finish doing that, I am going to go in with a little pigment from ColourPop and Kathleen Lights. This is in The Archer. That's the shade, The Archer. It's a beautiful purple holographic blue, green, brown shift to it. It's really pretty, and I'm not a huge fan of pigments, but I really like this one. I was very impressed with it. Pigments are very messy, so just be careful because I end up getting it all over my shirt and along my cheekbones. You can can go ahead and brush it away, of course, but just be aware pigments are a lot more difficult to work with than pressed powders. Next, I'm going in with, from ColourPop, it is the Jelly Mutt Shadow in No Rest for the Vivid. It's this beautiful pink collection, or color, not collection, and I just think that these colors and these textures, just this whole thing is absolutely incredible. I'm applying it with the Scone Large Shadow Brush, and just the color and the payoff and the way that these apply is so cool. I love them, and I am definitely looking to purchase some more. Mine are really thick. I don't know if they're all that thick. They are jelly texture. Mine is just like a really thick jelly texture, but they apply so cool, and I just think that they elevate the look so well. So I'm just applying that to my lids, and then I'm going in with a smaller flat shading brush from BH back into the Naked palette, the same colors that I used before, and I'm just sweeping them along my lower lash line to make the look more cohesive. I'm also dipping into the pigment from ColourPop and Kathleen Lights, just once again to make the whole look a little bit more cohesive and blend everything out together nicely. And you guys, these two products, pigments and a Jelly Mutt eyeshadow, I never thought that I would say that I love these products this much, but I really, really do like them. So I'm just applying a little bit more pigment to the outer corner of my eye using that small brush and buffing away that excess that we don't need. So now I am using a dome-shaped brush from BH, that same Eco Tools collection, or Eco collection, I'm sorry, going into the Too Faced highlighter and sweeping that along my brow bone, my cupid's bow, my nose, my inner corner of my eye, just adding a little bit more highlight and adding a little bit more to my cheekbones as well. Next up, I'm going to be going in with my lash curler, curling my lashes, and then I'm going to be going in with a new to me product, and I've heard nothing but good things about this. I know Tati raves about it all the time. It's from Collab Beauty, and it is their The Works Wow Effect All-in-One Mascara. Mine is waterproof, which I absolutely love. The brush is very interesting. It's got a very strange shape to it, but I was very happy with how it applied. It did get a little chunky in one spot, which I was not the biggest fan of, and you will see that in just a little bit. It just kind of pooped out on my lower lash line, but I do like how this applies. I think the effect is amazing. I personally still like to use another mascara on top of it, which you'll see. Again, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself while I'm talking, but I did use this mascara for my upper and lower lashes. And now I'm going in with a small angled brush to clean up that weird goop that was there. You can kind of see it. And now I'm going in with the NYX Worth the Hype Waterproof Mascara. I absolutely hate this mascara. I am so glad I'm almost done with it. And now I'm going in with my NYX Epic Ink Liner. I have an eyeliner tutorial, which I will leave linked down below. So I kind of sped up extra fast through this section because hopefully you've already seen me do my liner on camera, but I'm using the NYX Epic Ink Liner, which I have a love-hate relationship with. Love it because it's amazing and deep and black, and it applies really well, but the brush is a disaster. And then I will be going in with a, what is it called? An eye pencil. An eye pencil from Urban Decay in Perversion to do my tight line and my waterline, which is what you're seeing happen now. So again, I will leave my eyeliner video linked down below. And then the very last thing that I'm going to do for this look is apply some lip product I'm using from Too Faced. It is their Sunset Crush High Shine Sparkling Lip Gloss. There is so much glitter and shine in this lip gloss. It's a very beautiful color. It has a great scent, but it is very, very glittery, so beware of that. I wish I would have put like a nude lip color on underneath, but I do really like it. And then I'm just going in with the Wet n Wild Do the Spritz Cooling Face and Body Mist, and that is going to be my completed look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.
If a picture's worth 1,000 words, I'll paint an invitation to let you